underway at Allegiant Stadium. And able to get this across the 20, but not much further as he's dropped it to 23-yard line. They'll run for the first time with Ashton Jeanty.
And he'll hope that this is not a sign of what's in store as he has to fight just to get back to the line of scrimmage. Call it no gain on the game's first play. And it's second down now.
At the 23-yard line.
Here we go.
Smith.
Now a run here off the RPO. He'll keep it.
And he'll get this up past the 25 before he's out of bounds. A tough spot here on their opening drive. This is 3rd and 7. Now Geno. It's complete to Lockett. And he's going to be brought down short of the first at about the 31-yard line.
It's 4th down.
They'll go. Here's Jeanty.
And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. A big roll of the dice on 4th and 1, but it pays off. They convert.
I'm laughing because I'm not so sure I would have made this call. I'm not so sure I would have said, yeah, let's go ahead and get this one, especially at this point of the game. But give him credit. He had a feeling and carried it through.
Yeah, that's one where you think, okay, if you're down, 2 minutes left, the ball's near midfield, you go for it. But in this stage, at that part of the field, but like you said, it worked.
And he maneuvers up the middle for 3, and it's second down.
Well, that's just a pile of bodies there, and that's when you kind of find out who's a tough guy, right? Who can stand up and make a play. It was only a 3-yard run, but from both sides, they had to walk away from that feeling like, okay, I can stand up when the going gets tough in here.
Smith now to throw. Over the middle, and there's a diving catch. That's good for a first down, his second catch of the opening drive.
Every coach we ever talk to says to his team before the game, quick start, guys. Let's get out of the gate fast. How about that? They took his lesson to heart, didn't they?
They did exactly that. A nice diving catch here on the game's opening drive.
Returning right back to Lockett.
A lot of effort there for just a 3-yard gain, and now second down.
But yet another completion here on this opening drive, and he's now perfect 4 of 4 to start. Pretty solid execution here.
And how about how everyone's handled their nerves? Because you know what it's like to start a ball game. You're so amped up and ready to go, but sometimes the execution isn't there. They've been flawless so far. Well drilled, well prepared, and excited to start this game.
This will be play number 9 coming up on this relatively long opening drive as they look to convert on 3rd down.
They'll go with a touch pass here, trying to pick it up.
And he is out of bounds inside the 30. 4 catches now on this drive alone. They can't stop him. It's another first down.
And this is just a little touch pass. They send the receiver in motion, just kind of tap it forward to him. Now, it doesn't turn into a huge play, but they do pick up a first down. A nice, consistent gain.
No score after 1 on EA Sports. Second quarter from Vegas. The homestanding Raiders with a football here, as they've got it with a 1st and 10.
Here we go.
Geno now to throw. On the RPO, he'll keep it himself. That's complete. It's Ashton Jeanty.
And they've got it inside the 10 at the 8. 18 yards that time to push him up 1st and goal.
And oftentimes we think about statement drives in the second halves of games, especially in the 4th quarter. But here, it's happening early. A definite statement. They've held on to the ball for a healthy portion of this 1st quarter already. And now after that completion, they're set up 1st and goal.
Here we go, hey.
On first down, it's Genty. They'll get this halfway home from the 8 to the 4 on a gain of 4.
That's good power football on first and goal. A lot of teams will throw from there, but that's a nice job to chew up a few more yards and get yourself closer to the goal line.
And they'll run again. And good work there defensively, so they're able to keep him out of the end zone. Call it no gain that time, and now it's 3rd and goal. Driven it down the field nicely here on the opening drive, but now it's put up or shut up.
No doubt about it, because to make that type of a drive and ultimately kick a field goal would feel very disappointing. But I'm just wondering, is the head coach thinking, is this 4-down territory? Might he go for it?
And just shy of the goal line as he's out of bounds right at the 1. He'll wind up getting 4 yards there on his own, but it also brings up 4th down.
He didn't like what he saw downfield, decided his best course of action was to take off and run. And that ended up being a gamble that did not pay off for him. Now they would have to gamble.
And he's over the line and in for a Raider touchdown. Ian Thomas. It's a 1-yard touchdown run. And the Raiders take a chance, but they find pay dirt on 4th and goal. Well, that drive felt like it took up an eternity. We finally have some action on the scoreboard.
Yeah, but plenty of action prior to, because that drive took up all the first quarter before we spilled into the second, and finally, points were registered.
On the other sideline, they're chomping at the bit just to get the football. Extra point by Carlson, up and good. And that makes the score 7-0. Following the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Carlson.
And he takes this near the 25. Just a little pass there. Call it the 26.
2 minutes on the clock. Second quarter. 7-0 ball game.
Loving the Packers now with a 1st and 10
at their own 26. Throwing. Love.
They swing that out wide to Jacobs.
And that's good for a gain of 6. And it's 2nd down.
Brandon, to me, what's important right here on this drive is for them to get at least 2 first downs. They've got to give their defense a chance to settle down, catch their breath a little bit after they give up a touchdown on the opening drive.
A first carry for the All-Pro running back. It's Josh Jacobs.
And he'll be limited to a short gain up to about the 34-yard line.
That's all about doing the dirty work right there defensively. 2nd and short yardage, that's all about plugging those gaps, not giving the running back a crease to run through, and has a nice job to hold him just a couple and force a 3rd down.
Trying to run for it with Jacobs.
And he's going to have a Packers first down. At least it appears that way. And he got it by maybe the length of the football.
A lot depended on the spot there, and he got it, but it wasn't by much, was it? I remember Coach Madden talking about, depending on which foot the official used, that would tell you whether you had the first down or not. You want that upfield foot to be the one that spots the ball, don't you?
And you and I have the luxury of a couple extra views here in the booth, and he did get it, but not by much. Here's Jacobs on 1st and 10. And a 5-yard gain gets him to the 42. The Packers going to use one of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 40 seconds remaining in this first half.
42-yard line.
Second and 5.
Here we go. Yellow, 43. Black Ultra.
Switching things up, they'll throw it now with Jordan Love. And this throw a bit late as he couldn't reach back for it.
But that's a defensive coordinator's got to be happy with that result. They took away all options downfield and forced the incompletion.
They come up now 3rd and 5 following the incomplete pass.
Let's go. Set. Go. Black. 95. Set.
To throw now. Here's Love. And the Raiders have got him.
Multiple players combined for their team's first sack of the game.
Now the Packers going to go ahead and use the second of their timeouts as they get it right at the 30-second mark of this first half. Oh, a big decision here early. Look at this. They're going to go for it on their own side of the field. They're indeed going for it as they look to throw. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. Boy, a curious decision to go for it. Doesn't pan out. And the Raiders with the football now in excellent field position. Here's Smith. Looking for Lockett, and it's intercepted.
And the Packers are going to take over at their own 41. So this defense coming up with a takeaway, and maybe that's something that can bring a little life to that sideline.
Well, I don't want to say that they've been sleepwalking through this first half because that's simply not true, but you're right. We haven't seen a lot of fire from these guys, really, on either side of the ball. So maybe that's the catalyst that they needed to get them back into this game.
Now the Packers going to burn their 3rd and final timeout as it'll come with 15 seconds to play in the first half.
Options galore here, 2nd and a few inches.
From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. Oh, and a bad throw there. It's intercepted. Lonnie Johnson picks it.
And the Raiders are going to have the football here at their own 18-yard line. So consecutive interceptions here early on in this one, and maybe setting the tone, Charles, for a game where the defense really takes center stage.
And don't you think that both offenses are really catching a bit from their coaching staff about avoiding these turnovers that we've seen early? I think both teams are trying to find an advantage. We know that. Can one of them break away and take control of this game?
The Raider offense set to get this drive started.
And only 6 seconds on the clock, so time likely for just one play.
And defensively, they're just looking to keep him contained as they're able to get him down. Just the one touchdown in that first half. 7-0 our score as we get going in quarter number 3.
And he won't quite make it to the 25.
At their own 24-yard line.
Love going to break the huddle, lead the Packers up here 1st and 10
at their own 24.
He'll give it to Jacobs to start the drive.
And he'll get this up to the 34-yard line. It'll be a gain of 10 to start the drive out by a few inches. That'll be a first down.
Those are the type of runs that we did not see from him in the first half, but a good start to the 3rd quarter.
And I know what everyone's thinking that's watching this. They did a great job adjusting at the half. Oftentimes you don't make adjustments. You just dial into your game plan a little bit better, and maybe they're starting to make some headway.
And brought down, but not before reaching the 45-yard line. 11 yards and a Green Bay Packer first down.
A gain of 11 on the play. First down, Green Bay.
Here we go. Set.
Once again, it's Jacobs. And this time they were ready for him as they'll stop him right at the line of scrimmage. This drive starts with 2 steps forward and now 1 back. A pair of first downs, and here a loss of yardage. So after the loss of a yard, they'll look to push forward here on 2nd down and 11.
45, White.
Here's Love.
This complete to the tight end, Tucker Kraft.
And this will be good for a pickup of 9 to the 46.
And there's a completion to the tight end. And look at the size of these players nowadays. At that spot, 6'4", 6'5", and up. A lot of guys used to be basketball players, somehow came back to football. And that's really good for the game of football. You're getting better athleticism, great hand-eye coordination, guys who know how to control their bodies when they run their routes.
On third down, here comes Jacobs. He'll get this one down near the 20-yard line, just shy of the 20. 55 yards now on the ground on just 7 carries. Only needed 1 yard. He said, I'll get you more than that.
Yeah, yard, piece of cake, right? And if you're a defender, seeing the back of the jersey and being able to read his name, not a good thing. That means you're in chase mode. That didn't go well for them on that snap.
Give him 3 on first down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7.
They went right back to him, but he pretty much had nowhere to go on that play.
Well, the previous carry looked pretty good. That one, he was a little tired. I don't know.
Yeah, maybe he should have tapped out and had a second back come in and maybe make that run. Who knows?
Working out of the gun. Love. Now he'll tuck this and run. He's got Watson. It's caught. Touchdown, Packers.
Christian Watson.
From 17 yards out. And the Packers have a chance to tie the ball game here in the final minute of the third. Extra point from McManus is good. And we are tied at 7. So all square here in this third quarter as the kick's away. And this one definitely not in the landing zone. In fact, it's over the back line of the end zone. So this ball will come out to the 30 now. The offense for Las Vegas about set to begin the drive. Their halftime lead now evaporated. We're back to level following that touchdown a moment ago.
And that shouldn't change the mindset a whole lot from an offensive perspective because they already knew this was going to be a hard-fought game. Now they just need to go out, execute their game plan, and keep moving.
From the 39-yard line, here comes second down and 6.
Here we go.
Throwing now is Gino. Oh, he tried to fit it in on the slant, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Trayvon Diggs. That throw, Charles, in the middle of the field, and a few too many bodies in there got picked.
That's a normal situation, too, isn't it? No matter how hard you try and spread the field sometimes, there's always going to be a traffic jam, it feels like, towards the middle. And if there's any type of a missed throw or maybe the ball's tipped or just too many bodies in the area, an interception can result.
1st and 10, and kind of tipping their hand at running the ball. 3 tight ends are out there. Here's a handoff to Jacobs running left. 20, 5, and he's going to take it in. Touchdown, Packers. Josh Jacobs, 43 yards. And the Packers have scored again in this third quarter, this time to move out in front. Now McManus for the extra point. And he's got it. It's now a 14-7 ball game.
The score, Packers 14, Raiders 7.
After the touchdown, here's McManus now to kick it away. And this one definitely not in the landing zone. In fact, it's over the back line. So this is going to come out to the 35. Try to get one more in here before the quarter breaks. Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. And that one not to be. It's incomplete. So they couldn't hook up as time is now run out on this third quarter of play. Back now in Las Vegas. Welcome back, everybody. It's Raider football here, but they're on the short side of the scoreboard right now as we begin the fourth. Smith, an incomplete pass on first down. Now it's 2nd and 10. They're going to look to throw. It's caught. Lockett. That'll leave them with a 3rd and 2 coming up. They got 8 yards there.
Simple drag route here, lined up out left and tried to work his way back across the field. You probably saw me twitch there, partner, because I think he wanted the ball a little bit sooner. By the time he looked it in, defender was right on him.
To throw is Smith. Pass taken in by his big tight end. And he goes out of bounds. It looks like right at the 50. That his first catch so far. They've held him under wraps, but he's got a first down there.
1st and 10 at the 50-yard line.
Here we go, hey. Green on the set.
Gino going to hand it to Genty. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
An interesting and intriguing decision there defensively because they kept extra DBs on the field despite seeing the multiple tight end look that came out for the offense.
I thought they were going to switch out of it. I didn't know if they felt they didn't have time or what the case was.
Well, in any event, the extra speed allowed for great penetration as they stuck that one behind the line of scrimmage.
And this is going to result in another first down as the tackle's made at the Packers' 27-yard line.
This defense has certainly had an outstanding second half, haven't they? I know they just gave up a first down there, and for the offense, they're hoping that that's something that they can jumpstart with and maybe start to move the ball a little bit better. But it's been tough sledding for them here the entire second half.
Now, quick throw there going to be batted away and incomplete. They'll try again here, 2nd and 10. Open man is Tucker. And he'll be brought down inside the 20 at the 19.
A gain of 9 brings up 3rd and 1.
Fourth quarter, down to the final 2 minutes, and we've got a 1-score game. So it's Raider football as we get you reset. They face a critical 3rd down now, needing a score here in the late going. So they just need 1 yard here to pick up the first down.
Here we go, here we go.
They'll try to run for it with Genty. And he will be very close to a first down, but I see the closed fist of the referee, and that means 4th down.
Well, they certainly had success throwing the ball on this drive, and not as much running it as we just saw once again on that last play. Stopped after a very short gain. But I wouldn't abandon the run totally, because otherwise, pass rushers just tee off on your quarterback. Makes it very, very difficult for him in that situation.
Desperation time for Smith on 4th down. And he's going to get out of bounds with the first down, so that's going to double their pleasure for sure. They get the first and save a timeout. That one checks all the boxes, doesn't it? You get the first down, check. Get out of bounds, stop the clock, check.
Though, how about one last check? Keep your quarterback from getting hit. That's a big check.
Yeah, check there as well. Good call. Genty. And he's going to press this one forward as they stop him right around the 1.
And Brad, they went to a nickel defense, and that's a surprise this close to the goal line, because ordinarily you use the back end of the end zone, the sidelines as extra defenders, and you want bigger people on the field to try and help against the run.
There we go,
Now Thomas. And he stopped immediately there. The Packers going to use one of their timeouts. It's just their first. They've got 2 more to use here in the final stages. Third down and goal coming up here. And yes, he's into the end zone. So they get the late score they needed. And now the extra point can tie this thing up in the final minute.
And while it appears the heavy lifting was accomplished by scoring the touchdown, they're still down 1. That extra point is not a gimme.
Carlson now to add the extra point. And we are tied here in the fourth
fourth quarter.
That ties the game at 14. Daniel Carlson to kick off.
This one, all we could have asked for. All tied, final minute as the kick's away here. And he brings us out past the 20 to the 24.
First and 10 at their own 24-yard line.
This is first and 10.
Down. Hey, grid 45. White. Black ultra. Set.
Love looking to throw it. He's going to sling this deep downfield. And that will be incomplete. Would have been a big hitter if they had connected. Instead, it's second down. These are the spots, this stage of the game, where it pays to have speed on the perimeter, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and in the second quarter, he may very well run by him, but in this situation, I know as a defender, I'm loosening up a couple of extra steps that allowed him to run with him stride for stride.
Yellow, 22. Ready.
Now Love.
Now they set up the screen. That's complete. And they'll get it all the way up about 5 yards shy of midfield.
Well, that answers the question in my head. They're going to go for the win right now.
I think you're absolutely right. They're not content with going to OT.
Two timeouts still in their back pocket. It's first and 10. Love. Now he's going to step up and run.
And seeing no options, he just tosses this one away incomplete. Now that'll bring up second down. I see you nodding your head up and down. It's a very heady decision at this stage of the game. Out of the pocket, nowhere to go. Just get rid of it.
That's a smart play because you're not worried about your completion percentage, and you're also not trying to force it into bad traffic as well. Throw the ball away, live to fight another down.
Ready.
Another try, second and 10 now.
Here we go. Yellow. Black. 95. Cut.
Here's Love. He's going to launch this deep for Watson.
This is caught inside the 15. And now they're going to get the timeout. A huge play has him in field goal range with a chance to win.
First and goal at the 5-yard line.
So this thing rests on the shoulders of Brandon McManus. And the clock will now stop as a timeout is called with 5 seconds left. And now it all rests on the right foot of their kicker. His first attempt of the night here, and it's a big one. It's for the win. And the 12-year veteran knocks it right through. And it's celebration time on that sideline as they have taken the lead in the final seconds. After splitting the uprights, McManus to kick it away. Well, this one, partner, was fun down to the very end. They got the points late, right before.